Yeah, Bitcoin versus the dollar, of course. And what do we have? We have a 5-day closure on CME, and this is a beautiful closure at that. Red 10 symbol across the upside of the 21. And the last time that we did see this was way back on over here in June, where Bitcoin did put in the lows essentially at about 9,000 bucks before, going to about 65,000 bucks over the next half year or so. Of course, it's not a perfect signal as well. We do see a failure over here on basically the high, and the one before that was a beautiful signal as well from about 5,000 all the way up to about 14,000 bucks. Anyways, with that said, is this going to be by anything of particular interest on our other time frames? Yes, we do have a 2-day closure above all major moving averages right here, and I would have a natural target just above 49, probably 49,500 or so. 3-day, same thing as well. In fact, the 3-day is a bullish engulfing. This looks really, really good to me. I probably do end up extending that above 50,000 bucks over time to be quite fair with you. Of course, it does go without saying, as we have been saying for the last, for the last few days here. Oh, and by the way, daily does have hidden bullish divergence, and even on spot price action, multiple drives of hidden bullish divergence, alongside a volatility read that is expanding from very low single-digit numbers. We do start to see that continuation above about 49,000 bucks on a daily total closure. I would say that the people who are looking for a bull trap within this region are very likely to be sorely missed. As I would be looking for a retest of the highs of this rally and very likely new highs over time, back up to our May breakdown levels at about 58,000 bucks based off a volume profile, which shows a complete just lack of interest between about 50,000 all the way up to 57,000 bucks on CME specifically. So this is pretty damn good right here. Of course, it does come as always with an invalidation point on the other side. And as long as Bitcoin's essentially above its spike low of today, or if you want to look at it from a horizontal perspective, which is about 47,000 bucks, I do look at this is very, very likely to continue onwards and upwards, and the bull trap is very likely to be unviable. With that in mind, short-term timeframes are we looking for continuation right now. If you're looking at it on a closing basis, hourly below about 47,500 would invalidate this as well. So either 47,000 or 47,500, depending upon how aggressive you do want to be. Of course, that is up to you. But by the way, hourly did just have hidden bullish evidence right here, back in the bullish control zone. Volatility is on the ever-loving ground right there, and we do see that hourly jewel is also lost its downside curvature and might even get a bit of an upside signature relatively soon, maybe even on the next closure. Full hour, what do we see? Basically the same shit. And daily, which I think is rather interesting, has the same sort of setup right here as well. It's not cyan just yet on the daily jewel, but if it does start to turn cyan, I would basically be looking for a rally back up at the very least to the 618, which is about 49,500. At that point, if Bitcoin starts to close dailies above there, I do not believe that there is a bearish scenario, at least for the time being, and I'd be looking for a retest into the shallow $50,000 territory, and then set it up for maybe like a late September or early October run, as this would look pretty damn good. You do probably know my thoughts on this going onwards and forwards from here. Of course, if Bitcoin does start to show weakness below 49,000 bucks, especially, that will be your next lower high, and we do technically have a lower low right here, so that would be your confirmed daily reversal. At that point, I would be looking probably back down to about 44 to 45,000 bucks before probably going lower over time. But for right now, not leaning towards that idea. I do think that is getting a little bit overblown, and I see a lot of people very much married to that idea right now as well. So, but if I call it right now, I do think that Bitcoin probably does push through. Again, my opinions on these are completely irrelevant though, as the invalidation point is the most important thing. And by the way, we do have a 4-hour silver cross in line here, and this would be your test down to it. So as long as Bitcoin's above there, I do look at this as more or less likely to trade sideways and up. Short-term time frames will ebb and flow, obviously. And if we do go over here to our momentum oscillators on CME, we do see 4-hour Stokes remain to the upside as long as above 48,500, which we're pretty much at right now. Hourly is flipping around as well, and just flipping to the upside first after rejecting getting out of the bullish control zone, by the way, and will remain to the upside as long as above 48,150. Daily is freshly crossing up, rejecting the bearish control zone as well, and will be remaining with upside position as long as above 46,350, and 12 hours obviously already there as well. Same areas, 44,300 or so. So I do like this for at least for right now. And again, be aware of the invalidation points. Doesn't mean that it's 100% guaranteed or anything like that. And if you do see any sort of a weakness around 49,000 bucks, that would start to play into the bearish narrative as well. But other than that, it should also be known that if we go back to the market data tab over here, global funding rates are negative right now, and the exchange's reserve continues to downtrend. So the supply crunch is real, it looks like, and that is rather interesting. The one big counterpoint that I come up with that is the global leverage ratio is coming back up around the same levels that we saw on the September 7th drop, on the April 17th all-time high, and on the 30% correction that we saw in November of last year as well. It starts to get around there. I'd really have to kind of like look a little bit more forensically into whether this market's like more on the long side or more on the short side. But a negative global funding rate would probably air that probability to people, putting on short positions right here, thinking that they're going to front run some sort of a massive bull trap or something like that, which is possible, yes. But again, until those invalidation points get hit, I'm looking for this one to trade sideways and up here. Higher term timeframes are starting to take over. And again, the big one for me is obviously the 5-day and the 3-day, which the 3-day did close as a bullish engulfing. And of course, Bitcoin spot will be closing a 5-day tomorrow night. And if it does, it'll confirm phantom divergence on the 5-day RSI. And at that point, I'd be looking at $53,000 again, probably a short-term, medium-term pullback around there, and then long-term continuation, 56 to 58,000 bucks, and then come back after that. So hopefully that was helpful. Bitcoin looking rather interesting right here, and we'll be back on later with some more price action analysis. So hopefully that was helpful, and take care, and until next time.